to another video. So as you can probably guess from the title of this video, we are getting a new office with the company that I work for. So just a little bit of backstory around how this came to be. So our current offices, which I am sitting in at the moment, we've actually been based here for over 20 years. And just before COVID hit, there had been some discussions about maybe downsizing and moving to a newer and more modern space. There was a bunch of reasons for that. One, the company used to be bigger before we merged. There was a lot more staff and a lot more equipment and stuff that we had responsibility of. So we sort of needed all the space we have here. And the second reason is that our head office was in the sort of, I guess, mid to final stages of building a purpose-built facility, which was for the company, and that was like a first for our company. So their thinking was, because that was so successful down there, that they wanted to try and replicate it sort of state by state or territory by territory where the instance is. So the only way that that could happen would be obviously to sell the current property which we owned and put some of those funds towards the new building. There's a whole lot of thing around that. It's we're trying to get a lot of government grants and stuff like that, because where we want to build will be where one of the sports will be held for the Brisbane Olympic Games in the future. So we're sort of hoping, well, we could make that like the centre for excellence in our state for it and get like government grants, and yeah, then we wouldn't have to put as much towards it. So long story short, I think it was actually around about the time like we were going into COVID lockdown that we actually went into the buildings actually went into contract, and yeah, they sold. And initially we were on a 1-year lease back agreement where we basically had an agreed value and we leased it back like month by month, and we had to stay. And then that got extended a little bit because obviously COVID hit and property, like commercial property values, went down. So that the plan had been we were going to move somewhere else and then we're going to get people in to rent this property. But since we're sort of fringe CBD in Brisbane, the demand just really wasn't there. So we stayed on another year. And then plans changed and things came through, and you might have noticed on my Instagram that there's been a lot of photos about buildings being knocked down in my area. So the people who brought our building basically own everything on the block now, and they're starting the progress, and our building is going to be one of the last to be knocked down. So for the last sort of about 4 to 5 months we've been looking, and we finally found a place, and it's really wonderful, and we're very excited to be getting out. So for the last month, basically all I have done is get this place ready to hand back to the new owners. And yeah, it has been a massive job. I am serious. You just accumulate so much stuff in 20 plus years of being in a building. And we sort of had, when we initially took over the building, there is sort of 3 sections to it, and we moved out of one section, so we had a bit of a clear out there and a condense into the 2 spaces. And yeah, that really wasn't as big as we thought it was, because there's just so much stuff. And to be honest with you, I can't really take you for a tour of what's left at the moment. There is still a lot of stuff left, which is quite concerning for myself. But yeah, I can't really take you for a tour of what's left because it's very sport specific. So you'll figure out who I work for, and I don't want to publicly name the company. But we're definitely in a better position than what we were this time last Friday when I came down and basically spent the day just throwing stuff out. Yeah, so today what I'll be doing is we had the cleaners come in last night for the final clean, and I'm pretty happy with what they did. They did a few bizarre things. They actually, as you saw in the start of this vlog, they took all the plates and cutlery out of the cupboards and left them on the bench. I mean, I had explicitly said to them, if you come Thursday night, everything that we are taking with us to the new location will be moved, and that was correct. I probably should have mentioned to them that this is probably more than likely going to be the last building knocked down, and because of that it will be the build office site for a little bit. So the new owners have said, hey, if you want to leave anything behind, we're quite open to keeping it. So we're leaving behind like all our cutlery, plates, all that sort of stuff. We're buying new stuff, and we've left behind all our desks. We just took our chairs with us, except for these crappy chairs that I'm sitting on now. They're not very good, so we've left them behind. So I maybe should have said that to the cleaners, because my assumption is they've put them all up on the bench top thinking we still needed to pack them. So it was a bit annoying to have to put all that away this morning. Like I was like, I got other things I need to do. Yeah, we also, luckily when I came in today, the staff over the last week have been coming in and leaving their keys and then going out, so that's really good. I need to check the PO box. We're keeping that for a little while until we settle into our new office space. It is near here, but it is far enough away that making it to the current PO box location it's going to be a bit of an issue. I mean, while I'm training at UQ, it's fine. I can sort of swing in and go to the current PO box, so I'll just get to leave I'll just leave a little bit earlier on those days. But yeah, like moving forward, if we move locations from UQ, it's going to be an issue because I'll never sort of be over this part of town at all. Yeah, so Luke and I this morning are just going to do a final check. There are some things that we can put in our car to go over to the new location. And so today is Friday, and Luke, it's a public holiday, it's a long weekend in Queensland this weekend, so we'll be handing back the keys on Tuesday. We were meant to do it today, but the new owner had something come up, so he was like, could you do it Thursday? And we said, yeah, we could probably do it Thursday, but you have to know that the cleaners won't be in, so we won't have been able to check their work. And he was like, okay, well, we'll just do it Tuesday then. So Luke's going to do that Tuesday. And so today what we're doing is we're just, like I said, taking the final things over to the office, and then we're going to do a walkthrough of the new space with our building manager. They are sort of still installing things and building things. We asked for a few changes to be made. We don't actually take occupancy of the new building until later next week. It's looking like Thursday at the moment. There was a bit of an issue with the internet that had to be rectified. Obviously, we can't be in the office without internet. We just can't do our jobs without internet. So that's being fixed, and then it looks like Thursday next week will be our first day in the office. So right now, I obviously got here a little bit earlier ahead of Luke because I just wanted to beat the traffic, and I didn't want to sort of try and do work at home and then come in here. So I'm here, I'm just doing a few emails and little housekeeping things so that I'm on top of everything, so that it doesn't really matter what happens today, because I don't really know what Luke's plan for the day is. There actually seems to be quite a lot of stuff that still needs to go over there, and it probably sounds really selfish and horrible, but I drive a personal vehicle and I don't get a company allowance. I'm actually the only one in my office that doesn't get a vehicle allowance. So either staff have a vehicle that is supplied by the company and therefore everything is covered, or they get a vehicle allowance for use of their private vehicle. I don't get any of that. So I've done a lot of running around in this move, taking things places. I'm even storing some stuff at my house, some financial documents that we might need in the interim. We've got all our stuff over at the other office, but it's kind of just all put in the boardroom at the moment, so it's quite hard to get in and find things. So I've got these financial documents at my house just in case, because we're under audit, which is like an annual thing, and I'm like, if we need anything out of that, I can quite easily go get it and scan it and send it to the auditors. So I'm a little bit annoyed that it looks like once again I'm going to have to hike stuff around for the company, because like I said, mine's a personal vehicle. The company doesn't pay to get access to it, and they're kind of benefiting from it, so that's a little annoying. And I know it sounds a bit petty, but if it was one time, I would not care. But all up, this move has really quite frustrated me, because it hasn't been an equal distribution of work. People have really fobbed off the move. They tidied their own desks, and then that's basically it. I've had some very long days running up and down the stairs, sorting things, taking things out to the bin, putting them in the skip. Yeah, and lifting and carrying things that I probably shouldn't have been lifting and carrying. And yeah, it's just all up been very disappointing for me. I have mentioned it to Luke, and he's a bit like, well, that's just how these things go sometimes. But yeah, all up, I'm just really super disappointed. And yeah, the plan is to be in this current office space for a few years while the new purpose-built facility is built. And I can assure you, if I am still with the company when the new purpose-built facility is built, yeah, I will not be putting in this level of effort for the move. I did my bit, and then I did a lot of other people's bits, and that's really quite annoying. So right now I'm just gonna get on, do some emails of housekeeping, like I said, and I'll just wait for Luke to turn up. He should maybe be an hour away. guess what? It is finally office move-in day. I moved. I am so excited. I know that there's going to be like a fair bit of work needing to be done today because we have to get basically everything out of the boardroom today because there's a very important meeting that needs to take place in the boardroom tomorrow, and we can't actually shift it anywhere off-site because of the nature of the meeting. It needs to take place on like my company's ground. So yeah, but I think we can pretty much do it. From everyone I've spoken to, like it looks like the bulk of the staff are going to be in today to do it. So unlike the pack up and move of the office where there was really only like 3 or 4 of us who were doing the work, with more of us doing it, I feel like, we're definitely going to get it done. Like hopefully sort of around about lunchtime so I can do a couple of regular hours work, and then I need to go out and like check the PO box because I haven't done that in a couple of weeks, and I need to start picking up like things for the office like cups, plates and stuff like that, just stuff that I haven't ordered for 2 reasons. One, it would just be dumped in the boardroom and like it's just, we don't need it at this point in time. And then the other reason is we also don't have a dishwasher until today, so like it's probably just better just to buy them, like put them through the dishwasher to clean them and then put them away straight away. So yeah, I'm gonna head in soon in a minute or 2 and then get the unpacking process started. I just ended the day by like going to Kmart and picking up like plates, cutlery and stuff like that. So what I've done is I've just gone and brought basics of everything and just enough to sort of see like a standard office working week, and we can obviously add to that as we move on. As I had to get things like bins, we broke a few bins, lost a few bins in the move, so just bins you put like by your desk. But all up, as you can see from like the day, we basically got the office set up, so like the skeleton's there and we'll obviously settle things in and move things in and around as, you know, we get into the space, we get a feel for how we're going to operate in it. But yeah, it was really good to actually see people turn up and help this time. Like for the initial pack up and move, like people just didn't turn up and they didn't want to be involved, but thankfully they turned up, and that was one of our big hopes in moving into the new space. Like the old office sort of represented the old company, there was a lot more staff, but there was also a lot more division. So when the merge happened, we've obviously tightened down on the staff, we've lost a number of staff, and we've sort of come together more as a team, and we're hoping this new space, because it is a bit smaller and it's less like segregated than the old office was, we will really get to be a team and sort of, you know, get to be quite close again and really be super productive.